viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now. Lock and load, bitches.
Not going to be late on my account.
I just tell you turn your volume down so we don't didn't want to disturb you. So welcome to the worst morning show ever. So the lawnmower's going. I'm on like 4 hours sleep. Let's go.
At first, I thought there was a cow. I thought I heard a cow in the background. Kind of sounds like a... Yeah.
Hi, Glenn, JT, Flipping Good, Peddler Profits, Miss Sandy. Good morning, Ron. What's up, dude? Ron, there's only like 3 or 4 Saturdays left, dude, and we're back to. I'll get a call Saturday or Sunday. Can you believe this? The next thing out of Ron's mouth will be, I fucking hate Texas. Hey, Hank, good morning.
I'm alive, Jabez. Thanks for your concern.
What up, Mike? Yeah, so up late last night doing listings. Man, it's I've already done 10 this morning on List Easier. So if you don't know, if you missed the announcement this week, even though the screen still says it's in closed beta, it is not. So you can go sign up for it if you would like. Listeasier.com.
I'm going to try again.
I put 100. Oh, let's. I don't think I made 100 yesterday. Let's see. Yesterday, it says okay. It says 59 yesterday. Yesterday it says 47. But remember, I was up after midnight. I've done 59 today, so that's how many listings I put up in the last. Josh has a word of warning, and please heed his warning. If you're going to use this program, resist the urge, because eBay has put at least one account on watch or restrictions or whatever, because they decided on an account that was not too old, they were going to put up 6,000 listings in one day.
That was one of my concerns with programs like these.
Yeah, so you need to temper it back. You know, it has a scheduling program to it. They said they wanted to make sure they used all 10,000 of their listings because they were on a 300 month, and I get it. $300 a month if you're going to get the 10,000 listing is not cheap.
Mm-mm.
But you got 30 days. You know, you did it in day one.
Well, that just eBay's going to consider that spamming the site.
So somebody's been taking pictures all this time. They just had all that ready to go.
And ready to go. That's right. It's been very good. It's still selling well.
I just checked and it let me in, so I'll give it a shot.
James did a live yesterday, showing himself listing records, and don't believe James. He was having issues, and I think Josh figured it out by watching the video. It looked like it was putting 33s instead of 45s that he was listing, but he had changed the size to 12 inches. And a 12-inch record is 33.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I put 150 some records through there. Not the first problem. Am I dumb or did I do something wrong? So I ran 10 more this morning and I didn't have any issues. So if you do report them to the email, they will fix things very quickly. I've had one. The Canadian programmers couldn't recognize their own singer, Dan Hill. That was my only error so far. Dan Hill. I mean, I've had a couple like the titles. If you're doing records 45s, there's 2 songs, and a couple times it's not put both songs in the title, and it's picked the B side every time, which is weird. So I've just added the song to the title, but other than that, I have very rarely.
Probably did the B side first because of the order of your pictures.
But then it didn't put the A side on there, and the A side was the popular one. Like Billy Joel and Innocent Man. It put on there.
I don't even know what the B side was to Billy Joel.
It's I'll Cry Instead I never even heard that song, is the B side, and that's the one it listed. And it did Billy Joel 3 times. You think there's some kind of conspiracy against Billy Joel?
could imagine there might be.
So that it's been a lot of fun.
Neither one who sang Sailing.
Ron saying he can't believe they're number one.
Speaking of Ron, thank you.
Kevin,
Ron made a purchase from me this week of the box corner holders, so thanks, Ron.
Kevin, y'all know what I think. I think we're in end times. I think, but I don't think the way y'all think. I think that we are through the 1,000 years and we're in the devil must be loose for a little season. That's what I think we are.
We've gone through the tribulation already, you're saying?
I think we're sitting here. We're at the very end of Revelations, waiting on the old AC to show up for the final. As they find the final countdown, as if you're an 80s rock person. There you go. That's all you get. But
final countdown. That's as close as you get for me too.
So I've already. So this morning it started out wonderful. I've already had a $100 purchase, and then within 3 minutes, I don't want to request to cancel. I don't want it anymore. 2 feedback. And one of those 2, I guess, was mine. Whenever so I had a 1 feedback person. That's one of the things I think we should have more control over at eBay. Maybe y'all think there should be guardrails put. If I open a brand new account today, they're going to put guardrails on that account to make sure that I ship, that I list, that I do everything I'm supposed to correctly. You open up a buyer's account,
have at.
You got full reign, do whatever the hell you want to. And I have seen
some buyers' accounts get flagged for suspicious activity if they go wild, but it's not the same.
But less than 3 minutes, you've changed your mind after you've gone through everything.
No, I get it all the time, and not just new accounts either, but I get it. I have one I'm dealing with now that I'm in the refurbished program, as you are, and I sold something as refurbished, and about 2 weeks after I sold it, they said something it broke. It was broken, but they didn't know how to do the warranty claim. So I looked all that up and I walked them through it because it's my first one, and they must have said something wrong in the warranty claim because the warranty wouldn't cover it. It was broken on arrival, is what the warranty told them, which it wasn't. They said when they talked to me, they used it, and it broke after they started. Anyway, so now they wanted to open a return. Had no clue how to open a return, so I had to walk them through that. And now it's been like 3 weeks, and I still haven't finished this. I just want the damn thing back so I can resell it. But it's a new buyer. 10 feedback.
Man, I've had several returns lately that they never shipped, so they just aged out.
I'm hoping that on this one, it's a $150 return, and I am confident.
Send them back,
It's a camera, and I am confident they're using cheap Dollar Tree type batteries in it. The lens goes out but won't come back in. Well, the lens works perfectly if you use the right batteries. At least for me, it did. So
yes. They probably got those heavy duty batteries, and a lot of those cameras say they take alkaline.
Yeah, and that was the very first thing I told them when they opened it. They never mentioned if they've tried different batteries in the camera. When I told them that, they just opened the warranty claim instead. My guess is they needed it for one event. They used it. The batteries then decided not to work because sometimes they will work, just not for very long.
JT, yes, Ram Jam sold. So yeah, I've only sold a few, but it's sold. So North Georgia Picker had 6 cancellations in one day last week.
That's crazy. I've never had more than one.
I don't mind because I understand that people use the guest checkout. They don't want to. It's much faster. They don't want to make an account. They think they're coming from Google. They think they're not going to be an eBay buyer. So I get that with those feedback. But it's and lag. You're wrong. Low feedback buyers, you can't block. You can. I think it's if they've had 2 negatives or 2 non-payings or something, you can do, but
Yeah.
you can't do anything to anybody else. So go look.
As long as they have, yeah, it's like 2 negatives in the last whatever months or whatever it is.
Yeah. So they're lag. You don't know everything.
I didn't think you knew anything.
I didn't either.
Just saying.
Morning, Johnny.
What's up?
Same old, same old. Welcome to the world's worst morning show.
Whatever. If somebody can do it fucking better, let them.
His care about it just got up and left.
And so the item I sold this morning was an iPod. It was a 7th generation Nano Touch. I'm at the upper end of the market. I'm at the price because I've got a charging cable and a set of headphones going with it that pushes it up. It probably was price. It probably was, I can get this $15-$16 cheaper, but it'd just be a plain iPod with nothing else with it. Because these are genuine Apple headphones that go with it.
I don't know about that, Jake. I'm pretty cute. Just
Yeah,
saying.
But it's, I don't. But I tell you that to tell you, I don't know how you put guardrails on buyers. I mean, because here's the problem. If you tell a zero buyer for the first couple of transactions, you need to message the seller to, the sellers. I don't want to deal with zero buyers, blah blah. I mean, so
Yeah.
you make a difficulty and then the same seller will tell you, but we need new buyers. We need to attract new blood to the platform. But then you want to treat them like hell on the way in.
You know
So
what's going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen if you require zero feedback buyers to contact the seller is that seller is going to block them. Oh, they're new and they're asking questions.
I think the answer might be just something behind the scenes that eBay can do. That this one feedback buyer has 1 cancellation already. You slow this. If they have if they do a couple things that are negative towards the platform, maybe they slow down their ability or put some warnings up or something. I don't know.
Is that a new feature on our end where it shows the last chat down there up like that? That's kind of nice.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe it's because never mind. I must be on something this week. It is the worst show.
Another confused old man.
Yes. So my cursor happened to be highlighted over the little thing there, and every the last comment would come up on my screen real nice and big. I kind of like that.
Mike, I've got some spectacular legs you wouldn't believe.
I've seen those little spindly suckers. Your description is wrong.
So did you change directions again today?
Not yet. I was this afternoon though. Watch out.
So I don't know how many people read my post on Facebook, but I didn't write it yesterday.
Oh, I want to go back and read that one because that's your first AI one that's learned how you are, right?
Yeah.
I read a little bit of it. I didn't finish it.
So what do you think it sounds like you?
It's freaking creepy.
So for those you don't know, John writes a daily, mostly daily thoughts of, his outlet for, his way of processing things and thinking things through. He had a chat. Look at every single one of them, and then come up with a writing style.
190. I had 3,192 posts.
And he had it write the post this time. JT, no, I'm not going.
I think it came close. It's a lot of it's me. I have to learn how to train AI. I mean, it's not. Right. I can't blame chat for the mistakes. Um,
It is way different than anything you've ever dealt with. So I was working on some projects last night, and just hey, learning how to get it to do. You know, even if you don't know the prompts, So I'm like, hey, can you like the thumbnail for this show? I'm like, the live. I'm doing a live show tomorrow. It's on the topic of reselling. The title is the worst reselling show ever. Can you give me some a thumbnail idea? And they come back and said this. I'm like, all right, great, that sounds good. Can you make that, but put it in 1280 by 720 format exactly, so that I can use it as the thumbnail? And it says, and it makes it for you. But if you don't tell it the size, don't assume that just because you told it was for a thumbnail, it's going to make for that. The size is not going to be right. And then like yesterday, I forgot to tell it no more than 2 megabytes, so it was too large, and so I had to tell them, the quality needs to be less than 2. Um, but it's going to be a little bit, and I'm starting to learn like you do, John. I've got the conversations over here for the side. So so next Wednesday, I'll go back to that same one and say, all right, this week's show is going to be about this. And so as it's continued, make all the thumbnails in one chat, keep a chat going that's in the same topic. And then if you have any doubts, just start a new one. But
yeah, you got to keep your memory. You got to keep, I talk about lanes a lot. You have to get in your lane when you're in a chat and stick to that lane. Otherwise, you start to cloud the memory. And I think of it as like water. If you get out of your lane too far, you start stirring up the bottom and it gets real murky.
because so my next project, John, I was watching a lady. She was on TikTok, and I got to work with the prompts, and I'm going to build this thing out over the next I don't know, next week when I've got some spare time.
Hey,
So what?
hey, 80%. Cover your
So
base.
here's what this is, but this is still it. So she has a chat prompt in her phone, and she has built it out and all these things, and she's got all these parameters about what she wants to buy, and so she will give it a couple pictures of the item, and maybe she'll say she's got 10 items. She'll take the pictures of it with like a tag and a picture, and she'll say, okay, now, do any of these meet my parameters if the price is this? And so it'll go through and look on eBay solds or Poshmark solds. I think it was Poshmark solds she was using, or different solds. And it also, it's like, I only want to sell popular stuff that has a this percentage sell through rate or popularity, or I forget how she determined that. So it'll come up and tell her buy or pass based on her parameters. It's very interesting to have it where it's to where it's like that. But to do something like that, she said you definitely need the $20 version, because you only get a couple pictures an hour and you won't be able to do it. But she said that's okay. Whenever she runs out of pictures for the hour, she's like, that's just my cue to go home.
Yeah.
But I don't need those kind of training wheels, but it's interesting to make it go down that path, because I think there's a point where it'll be able to look at a picture of items and say, okay, on this table, what's worth? Can you identify the items in this picture, and put them against my parameters? Or any of them worth buying?
Well, for me, I'm training this thing to be me when I'm gone.
Right.
I want it to be able to make decisions.
So is it going to show up on Wednesday and be an asshole?
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably could.
It already called me a motherfucker this morning. I damn near threw the laptop across the RV.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Is
to
it
upset
wrong?
you when I broke into your computer.
Leroy.
Now what it did?
Hey, Leroy.
Hey, nice. Thank you.
Hey, Leroy, that's awful kind of you, man. I appreciate that.
Now what it did do wrong, and I told it to go back and check. My title was it was a wordy title on Facebook, and the close I always close God bless. That's
Right.
been and it went back and out of 3,100 posts, it was like 3,050 times I used God bless at the last two words in the post. It said, "Get off your ass." I had it. I mean, I had to make a couple of changes because I wanted to see if anybody really was able to pick up that it was AI over me. I want other people to tell me what they think it's doing so far.
Okay, so we'll go over. There's a couple questions. So upstate picker, that's a good question. You don't need developer access. Remember, um, if you're trained, so I think this is what I'm going to use the agent mode for, because to do some of these things. If you're using agent mode, it can do anything you can do on a computer. So you don't need API access to click souls or completed to see what it is. So I think you can get away, you can get around, because you don't need the API access for that, because they can't restrict what you can see in the app. So, but to do any kind of calculations on it across like a whole, I think what eBay doesn't want is you to be able to look at, if you search for Billy Joel and Innocent Man 45s, they don't care if you see what it sold for, but they don't want you to be able to take all the 45s and what they sold for, and you know what I mean. They don't want you to get that kind of data, because they consider
They don't
that
want you to
data
create a database from their data.
correct 100%, because what is the people, who is in control? The people who control data, right? So um, I do know Vintage Memories. I do not have a listing video using Easy Lister. Easy Lister does not exist.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed to post videos like that.
No, it's List Easier. She's kicked it. If you go to Easy Lister, it's going to send you off to the one that has bombed the internet. Don't go to that one. It's List Easier.
He's still not allowed to post videos about it.
Oh, I can if I want to. I've made one
you
video.
can't. We had a discussion yesterday. No, you can't.
Yeah, that is just 1 to 0s. But I have one video. James has got a whole channel full of it. Except for James's little issue yesterday, James is very thorough with talking his way through it, and the way he processes it. I mean, I bet he's got 30 or 40 videos using List Easier. James Help First Day. Check him out. He'll probably be here in a little while to say something crazy. I know I've seen the text, so I know he's up working. And listen, he's put thousands and thousands of listings through. At this point, I would guess 15,000 listings he's put through this program. But Todd, quit making all that noise.
It wasn't me that time. That was the lovely guy.
Just because you cleaned up your treadmill doesn't mean you can make all the noise you want.
Maybe he was over there working out with the treadmill. That's probably what all that noise was. No.
Craig says that James might have made 30 or 40 videos in the last 10 minutes. You're right.
Probably.
Gwen came through to feed the cat. So
all right, Eric, that's a good idea. I will invite James for next week. So I have not changed my mind. I am not going to the 127 this week. Just too much to do. Too much.
I'll be on him. I'll be on him like white on rice if he tries to go to the 127. I'll be calling him every day for a while.
That sounds like a challenge.
Go ahead.
I'm not going. I'm not going. It's just
try me. I'll fly down to Alabama with a stick.
I need to work on this. I need to work on my other project. That's the time. Because I don't think people understand. Okay, the 127 is fun, but then you lose that day. You lose part of a day planning. Then you lose all the time that you've got to deal with the stuff when you get back, and then you lose the time when when you've got an influx of stuff that you can't handle because you've got too much stuff as it is. So it's not just the fact that I don't need any inventory. It's the fact that, you know, you lose the time you lose. People don't, you don't understand the time you're losing by adding more.
It's a base. You got to have a base to be able to do the fun things in life. You have to have a base. Without a base, you can't do the fun things.
I don't
I mean,
think,
listen, if
Jason,
you live on 127, it's a different story.
I live across the
I don't
state
think
from.
is there a meetup in Crossville? I don't think there is one.
For me to go to the 127, it requires hotel rooms and
Well,
driving
I would
4 hours and
I would
yeah.
just do my end and wouldn't. It'd just be for a day. I wouldn't.
But
Well, we're all the way across the state from even to get to the Cincinnati part or any of the parts on that side.
I
See,
remember wanting to go to eBay Open in 2012. Okay, we're going way back in time, and I felt that I couldn't take the time off to go because we didn't have enough income at the time. Lori convinced me to pay the $75 and go. Back then, you paid to go $75 to go to eBay Open.
I think that
That
they
sounds
charge
like,
what
that
300,
sounds like
350 this year.
it's like a deal.
So I went, but you got to remember, I'm going so far back. PayPal was a vendor there trying to get you to sign up and use their service. We were still taking cash back in 2012.
Were we?
So you got to have a base to be able to do those things because you are taking time off from your job. Listen, you're self-employed. It's a job. You don't have a business. You have a job. And if you don't get up and go to work, nothing's coming in that day. You've had no production for that day. I can take a day off now because I have a team of people that create production for me when I'm not here. So you gotta remember where you are, at what stage you're at. You know, taking a day off and Scott changing his mind and trying to bait him into changing his mind is a disadvantage to Scott.
Hi there,
I'm not
Brian
going. I
Twist.
mean, there's no
I know
change in
you're
my
not.
mind. I'm not
I know
going.
you're not going. Find out you're going. I'm gonna call you every 5 minutes. You're gonna be wanting to turn around and go home just because I'm driving you nuts.
I add you to the block list just like I added that guy this morning. Tommy, good morning. It's you've got to. I'm trying to filter things through a new lens because I'm trying. Okay, so the part you are missing here and why John's carrying on. It's important for you to have people in your life that can be a mentor or accountability person. So John called asking me about some video ideas and video questions, and I was telling him what I was thinking. He's like, "Man, I agree with you. Make me a promise. You won't change something for 6 months." And so I committed to that. And so that's what February 1st or somewhere in the 1st of February.
Yeah.
So I'm the new project I'm working on. I'm not deviating from it. And so in order to not deviate from it and to put time into the new project, it means that I need to see things through a different light. Would the 127 be fun? It would be great. I'd find some stuff. I'd have a good time. I'd enjoy the day. But then I'd get home and that, like I say, I'd be behind probably 3 to 4 days catching up. And then all the missed time that I could have spent building, planning, preparing, executing, all that goes down the window. And I really want to get this rolling in the next 6 weeks. I want to be in better shape with this
I
thing.
think I think you're going to be. I th- I think if you devote 80% of your time to this project, and then the other 20% you can go chase your shiny objects. But if you devote 80% of your time in 6 weeks, you're going to look back and go, "Holy cow, what a difference!" Because what
Yeah,
happens is, and I was good at this, you hit a bottleneck or a problem, and right away, the easiest thing to do is change your path for something new. Amazon changed what you could list, so you went to eBay. all of a sudden Whatnot became popular and eBay was struggling, so you jumped on Whatnot. From experience, I can tell you if you pick a lane and stick with it for
And
six
write it out.
months, you're going to go back and go, damn, he was right.
So in February we might be cussing John out, but until then he's good.
We have to wait till February.
So
No,
so
no,
what?
no, listen, he'll be cussing me this afternoon when he's working on his project because I gave him an idea how to do it yesterday,
We're gonna have to talk
how
about
to
this
how
product
to
after the show.
inventory his product. And he was like, yeah, that's pretty good. He'll be cussing me today.
No, so what I figured, John, is I started looking at where do I have the extra time after dinner. I've been very lax about not work, so I decided that if I take the hours from like 6:30 to 10:30, if I dedicate those 4 hours in the evening to working on this, do the regular eBay and things up until dinner, and then after dinner work on the new stuff. You know, there'll be a delineation, and then because really the 80% right now is still the main eBay store because that's what's bringing the money in right now. But I was trying to figure out where to squeeze the time. Like I was up last night till I don't know 1:30, working on this. But a lot of things I did last night are only one time things, and so
Listen, a lot
uh,
of this is also I'm writing this. I'm working with AI and I'm trying to put this legacy thing together, not financial or estate planning or any of that, but something that I can leave behind because when you die, everything that you've experienced, learned, or learned from experience goes with you unless you share it with somebody. I learned that when my dad was dying of Alzheimer's and his mind was physically going. The whatever he didn't tell me went with him. So I've been working on this, and It's going back to where I made a promise. And Scott knows about this promise. I made a promise that I would sell nothing but flags for 2 years. I flip flopped all over the internet. I sold porn. I sold websites. I sold all kinds of shit. And I never really got anywhere. It was always the next shiny object I was chasing. But a friend of mine asked me to promise him that I would sell flags for 2 years, nothing else. And every time I did, he would break my chops, just like I did with Scott a second ago. And that is why I'm here today. It's not because I did all these great things. It's because I made a promise to stay with one thing and figure it out until it was complete. And those flags brought me a long ways. I no longer sell flags. I sell a lot of other crap now, but it was because of what I did back then. I still use that same stuff today. The
but
same things
that
I
that
used
was
back then, I just try to be a little better about it today than I was then.
yeah, but that was through no fault of your own. Is the flag company even in business anymore? They're not. They went under, did they?
They went under.
So I
That's
mean,
no
if
fault of
they
my
were
own. I'd still
so
be
if they were,
selling flags.
you still be selling flags if they because you had customers that bought every single year from you the same thing, and I'm sure they're wondering where do I get it now? I mean, because I
Facebook
don't think
used to
people.
buy. Facebook bought 24 flags from me. They bought 12 Oregon flags and 12 American flags for their headquarters. They the beginning of January, Campbell Soup in Camden, New Jersey, bought from me January 1st of every year because they have a budget and they use the budget, and it's just a natural thing for them to go back to the same place.
Yeah, so I
Ken,
tried to
you
figure
must
out
not
where
sell many of them because they don't use them very often.
I tried to figure out where was the time where could I shoehorn in the time where it would be the most beneficial, and I'm like, I don't plan on staying up until 1:30, 2 o'clock every day, but from 3 to 4 hours, 6, 7 to 10, 7 to 11, I can accomplish a whole lot. Alex, what's up, man? Good morning. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, I didn't
please don't
realize
say I'm
that.
100% correct because I have to. I make more mistakes than I can count.
No,
I
he was
guarantee my mistakes are more than my successes.
he was referring to the fact that stick with it and you learn. And
Oh,
when you were talking about that, that's been a bit. And then,
I
but
just
that's
looked up
important.
and see God's 100% correct, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not.
It's important, but that's a mindset, John, that so many people in this sphere do not have. They want everything to be perfect and correct, and they don't allow themselves to make a mistake. And I would tell you, if you don't make a mistake in reselling, if you don't make a bad buy, you're not trying hard enough. Because if you can't. So what's the one thing and the baseball analogy I've used this before is Mark McGwire, one of the best home run hitters in the game ever. Look how many times he struck out. Go read Michael Jordan. He talks. Everybody remembers Michael Jordan's winning shots. He will tell you how many he lost to be able to be there to shoot again. It's man, you if you don't fall down a few times, if you don't make mistakes, you don't know what to correct. I don't think you optimize and can reach your full potential if you don't. How do you not know what you're missing? How do you not know what to correct? I see making mistakes in your business as a form of beta testing. You've got to push boundaries a little bit here or there to test your own systems to see will they break. What needs to be what needs to be better, and most people don't see it that way.
My daily operating goal, my operational goal every single day is to be better today than I was yesterday. I don't achieve that goal every day. I usually break something because I have to push or test or create a problem to test. But that's the goal, is to be better today than I was yesterday.
Hey, good
If
morning,
my
Sue.
listing is just a little bit better today than it was yesterday, I accomplished the goal, because that means I'm going to sell just a little bit more over time.
I, Kevin, do you want me to type that into Google to ask and see for you?
I have used neat scanners on Windows machines.
Yes, it will work. I don't know if the drivers are there for 11. I'm assuming they are since 10 is being worked out. But neat scanners, they have programs for Macs or Windows. You should be fine. The older the machine is, you might have a little trouble, but because they're selling subscription software to their service, I got a feeling they keep it updated.
Elon Musk, I forget who said it. I think it was Alex Hormozy pointed this out. Elon Musk, the only thing he does on a daily basis is he finds the biggest problem in the company, and that's what he works on. The biggest bottleneck in the company is what he works on every day. Everything else does not matter to him.
So, but Kevin, here's a good. I kid with you about typing into Google. I had a customer the other day ask me, did an item work with, what operating systems did an item work with? I don't know, but I started a chat window for customer questions, and that's the customer questions one. I typed it in there. Chat, I need to know, this is the model of the scanner I have. Can you tell me what operating systems it works for? And then I copy pasted the answer to them. So I'm going to keep a record of that moving forward. Anytime what a customer asks, but the information was very concise, very quick, and I sent it to him. He ended up buying the machine. A lot of people, you got to be very leery about Windows 10 and Windows 11 right now. And if you sell electronics and machines, anybody know why? Why would you be leery of Windows 10 and 11 compatibility? Windows 10 support is running out.
Oh, yeah.
And so as Windows 10, remember, if you're one of the beauties, I've got a Mac, I'm on a Mac. I love Macs. Macs are 5% of the market, 4%, whatever, a small percentage of the market and personal and home computer. So why is that an advantage? Because hackers and stuff don't, for the most part, care two flips about it. Macs don't have executable files. And so support running that old computer over there, I don't worry about it for anything because nobody messes with Macs. XP has been long been out, Kent. So if you got to be careful with electronics to make sure that you can use it on a Windows 11 machine.
I've never even used Windows 11 yet. I'm gonna have to make one of my old computers do it so I can.
Yeah, I've got it in the house. It's okay.
I
What's the
mean,
Mac?
Windows 10 support is going out, and I haven't even tried Windows 11. It's been out for what,
Yeah,
4 or 5
Phyllis
years now.
aside, you live in Texas. You got enough barbecue place around there. Get you some mac and cheese. That's what we're talking about. Make sure it's really nice and creamy with the real cheese on top. None of that box stuff.
I judge a restaurant on how good their mac and cheese is. Just saying. I love mac and cheese.
I don't. I haven't seen a price for an extended support. Because I'm all max except for the one PC inside. I don't pay that much attention to it. I mean, I
The
expect
newest
this computer here to. I think this computer here is probably going to outlive John, the one I just bought.
the newest PC I have is a Sony Vaio that originally came with Windows 7. I upgraded to 10, and I keep it around only in case I need to test something. And certain programs don't work as well on the Mac. Like,
Yeah, so some of my
Inkscape.
craziness actually paid off this week. So I bought this Mac Mini. So if you know Mac Minis, they've got some USB C ports on it. You've got to plug stuff into it. I think this yard sale, one of the ones that I think Harlan and I went to this yard sale. That makes it like 2 years ago. Or around, we stopped at this guy. It was over by a Walmart. He had all this electronic stuff, and Harlan bought some video game stuff, and I bought some random electronics, and one of them happened to be a USB powered USB hub that at the time was worth really solid money. And I'm like, I'm going to sell this. Never sold it. It is running everything to this Mac Mini. It's awesome. I got lucky that I didn't sell it.
I've tried numerous times to switch to Mac, and my brain does not function on Mac.
My biggest issue when I switch from Mac to Windows is that the close window button is on the opposite side.
See that little guy there. I would have had to pay like $100 for our box like that. It's got ports on the back. It's got ports on the front. That's a good one. It freed up all the ports on the Mac Mini except for one that it plugs into. That was I wonder why that camera's broken up. It fell off the desk. So yeah, that little guy is. I like the fact that it's powered, so it runs a lot of stuff. Video cards right in the front.
I do love my Mac though.
Yeah, they do. They do cause less crashing. I have to tell myself to shut these things down every now and then because, that one over there is a 2012. It runs shipping. I do some listing and research on it because I'm not going to walk all the way to this side just to get to this computer when that one's there. So it'll do the basics. So one of the things I like to do with that one over there, if I look up something real quick, I'll start the draft over there. I mean, it's still a Mac. You can still do AirDrop to it. You can still do all the. So if I'm messing with pictures, the nice thing about Macs are there's 3 of them out here. You put it on one, you get it on all of them. So if I start on one, I can start over there, and if I want to finish over here, you just continue. You just walk around here, and it's over here, which is really nice.
Has anybody noticed a new? We were talking about customer questions and stuff a few minutes ago. Has anybody seen Amazon's new customer service? Has anybody noticed it?
No.
I have not paid attention to it.
It's very tough to get to a seller.
Well, they hid the email communication was already buried, so it was hard to find. So
yeah, I tried to get to a seller with a broken mirror. It said in his thing, contact us because we don't want to ship it back for a broken mirror. And the only way I could get it returned was to get a new one was to return it. And I had to send it back to him because I could not get to the seller.
It sounds like that's on purpose.
It's all operated through AI now, Steve.
Which is, I mean, I don't know. Everything's going to be so.
Listen, I had an old friend of mine. It was my dad's friend before he died, and I became friends with him while Dad was dying of Alzheimer's. And I stayed in touch with him for many years after, Dad's been gone 11 years now, 12 years. And I stayed in touch with him until he passed away. He never had an email. And he struggled with things through the years because he didn't have email.
Right.
You're going to have the same problems if you don't get used to AI. AI is going to be an integral part of this world before we die. You're going to have to get through AI with customer service. You're going to have AI answering phones. You're going to have AI answering your questions. You're going to have AI everywhere you turn. And you're going to go, when do I get to a human? It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to get away from AI.
So,
and listen, I am not an AI person. I'm trying to learn at the age of 60 so that I understand it if I'm fortunate enough to live to 80.
So, if you've got a newer Mac, the one thing that about the Macs, the newer you get, they're easier to use. They do more for you. They're easier. There's not a lot of learning. They're still built based on the same stuff. They just do a little more for you. You won't have any. I plugged this one up and had to answer a couple of questions, and this one was out of the box, just screaming ready to go. Everything evolves around that your Apple ID. It'll load. So you'll be amazed how much it loads back in based on your ID.
Buy a new TV lately?
Just the same with an iPhone. Is if you get a new iPhone, it looks like your old iPhone because it's all in the cloud and stuff.
I don't even use a TV hardly anymore.
We don't even own one anymore.
TVs for the house. An hour each to set them up. You have to jump through hoops to get to the TV.
We don't even. I have
Samsung
TVs in the house.
accounts, Android accounts, email accounts, this account, sign in here, sign in there.
Dang.
I have TVs in the house, but it's only for testing.
I thought they were supposed to be smart TVs now.
They are smart, all right.
But I use it to watch YouTube in the evenings.
Yeah, we don't.
Arlen, what we're waiting for is for you to propose to that better half of yours. I hope you don't let her run away. I mean, I hope you keep her tied up or whatever.
So right now, this is the crazy deal that's running.
I wish I could.
Amazon has the MacBook Air, the smaller one. For it's a regularly $999. They've got it $200 off at $799. That's an insane computer.
Talk about lag like that.
That's an insane computer.
He said lag proposed to his AI bride.
I think for most people,
now he's married.
I think for most people, MacBook Air is more than enough. I'm using a 2017 MacBook Air right now, and it's more than enough for just everyday tasks. It's fine. When I do my whatnot stuff, that's the computer I'm using.
But even regular tasks, it'll do for what most video editing people do. If you're doing that, it'll do the light stuff of all that too.
Yeah.
If you're a professional video editor that's got all the craziness you're doing, you need a more powerful computer that'll compile and edit. But if you're just using making regular YouTube videos like we make,
I'll use the iMac in the office if I ever want to make a video, and it works fine. Even though it's not an M anything chip, it's still the old one.
Hey, so Corey, I've got the Mac Mini. I bought it. I don't know, 2-3 months ago.
I'm back. I hear my wife.
I got it at Costco. Costco had an $80 rebate. If you keep an eye out, they've been running these. Everybody's been running these. So $4.91 was what I paid. It was pretty cheap. The only negative most people say is you've got to plug everything into it. But it just sits over there. I don't ever touch it. I've got one hub plugged into it that if I need video cards or the hard drives to save whatever, because I just went with the regular old 256 because I've had like 6 or 7 hard drives laying around. But I was at a yard sale a couple weeks ago. They sold me a Western Digital 3.0 1 gigabyte hard drive for $3. $3.
Wow.
I'm like, freak, that's winning. So you just.
All right, Ron. I know you're hard of hearing. I'll get closer to the microphone. I'm just trying to sit back and relax, but whatever.
Ron does not want you to be comfortable.
No, apparently not.
He's an Aggie.
Hey, Ron, I put something extra in your box. I hope you like it.
But I don't have any regrets. Leroy, I love this little computer. It's fast. It's really fast. It doesn't hang up.
I don't have anything important to say today, or any day, so that's why I just,
But I tell people, Costco generally.
It looks like I'm ready to pop any day, baseball.
What, your baby?
Yep. I used to get compliments on how skinny I was. And that wasn't that long ago.
There's a little bit of off on them. Amazon's got them for $5.49, so that's about $50 off. That's about a normal price you can get.
If I were to do it again today, I'd probably go for the Mac Mini for the office. But I do want the Air eventually. I don't need one. So the moment I need one, then I'll go get one. But right now, I
don't travel like I used to, so the laptop's not as important. I mean, I've got it sitting back there, but I use it for whatnot and listening on that side when I turn around.
So the only difference in a laptop and the Mini is the Mini doesn't have a screen?
Yes.
Pretty much.
It's basically a desktop replacement is what it is. But I've had this TV mounted on the wall for quite a while. This LED 50-inch TV that I bought at Best Buy to run as a monitor because I was there. I'm like, man, monitors are expensive, but that TV's like half the price. Let's go with the TV.
Sometimes the resolutions aren't quite right when you use a TVD monitor, but I'm using a monitor I got out of the trash for my second monitor. It's got a line down it, but you barely notice it.
Okay, so it goes both ways. I don't want to see y'all in full HD, and they probably don't want to see me either. So there you go.
That's true. That is true. I have to say, my wife just got a brand new iPad. She actually won it on Whatnot. Brand new. Nice one. Beautiful. 128 gig. Anyway, the screen on that thing, yeah, it's crystal clear. It's
Joni's got the 12 nice. Pro.
Hers isn't even a Pro, and night and day between I thought my iPad was fine, which is a 7th gen, so it's older. But when I looked at hers, holy cow!
Then when they
quality.
I think that's when they switched over to OLEDs or whatever they did. Whatever the screen
quality on that screen is just amazing.
Hello.
Right now in my office, I use a 6th gen, and out for everything else, I used my 7th gen. But I wouldn't mind having a new iPad.
So a lot of it. So the one thing people are going to have to decide here shortly, if you're going to go down that operating system, is the new stuff that's coming out with their operating system for the iPads, iPad OS 26. It has a lot of functionality from Mac now. It is so close to being a replacement for a laptop. I mean, it's getting, and I think in the next couple of years, it will be fully where you don't need them. You can do everything with the Air. I mean, with the iPad, especially the iPad Pro.
Yeah.
The other thing is the new. Well, if Samsung doesn't beat them to it, the one strength of a Samsung phone is that DeX mode, where uh, you can plug it to a monitor, and everything runs. So if you've got a dock, I watch a guy named Samuel Nan. He is I think he's in Korea, maybe in the Philippines. But he's a tech guy, and his videos are just him carrying on with his life. Uh, he's a good reviewer, and he's absolutely in love with the. So he's got a dock like this one. So when he gets home, he'll just unplug one computer and plug his phone in. And he's got his complete phone as a computer. Um, Apple is supposedly coming out with a cheaper than an Air. Have you seen this, Steve? It's going to be a laptop that's cheaper than the Air, I believe. It's going to be running on the iPhone chip.
Oh,
so
okay.
these phone chips are strong enough to run as a regular computer. So that DeX mode really.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
So he was reviewing the 7 Fold, the new one, and using that with that big screen as he was doing stuff. He loved the phone, and then
I got to run. They're putting the gutters on my house. They started it 2 hours ago.
Have fun.
You gonna get on a ladder and help him?
Fuck no. My feet stay on the ground, bitch.
Same here. I used to do roofing, and I don't want to get up there. I'm a scared.
But it really, so that got me thinking when I was looking at, because I'm not sold on the next iPhone. I don't know what the phone is, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, how do you do that for the weakness of the phone was it's not as the video, if you're going to use it to shoot video, which I don't end up using my phone much to shoot video anyway, but to have a tab with you, man, can you imagine if you've got Chat GPT running on a phone that folds open, to where you can actually multi-screen and have 2 screens going, so you can have chat open in one, you can have eBay open in the other, and using the back camera to search new products on one side, and just be able to swipe it over to your chat window to give them to run through your program about whether it's worth it or not. Some interesting thoughts as I watch these tech videos and stuff. I try to look at it in the light of how does it, because for the most part, these phones are such an integral part of our business. I try to think, how can this, the one thing I love about the iPhone and taking all the pictures and stuff, I've been listening with it.
The hell?
Rock and roll.
You think, I've been friends with Al Bird for like 10 years. You'd think he'd know by now that we have a live show on Wednesdays.
Oh, Al Bird's still around?
He's like 100 years old, but he didn't pass yet. I think he's coming up to the 127, and originally I told him I was going to do it, but I'm not. But I try to think of it in light of how can personally I'm going to use it. It's going to be fine because they're all similar. Phones all text. They all take more than adequate pictures. They can function it doesn't matter, iPhone, Samsung, but I look at them, I'm like, how can that benefit the business side of using this phone? Because local send replaces the AirDrop. It's not quite as fast, but it's damn close. It's one extra step. You just got to make sure local send is running in your on the other computer or the other device, because you can drop phone to phone, phone to iPad. You can go Mac. I had some issues the other day, but AirDrop wasn't working great. And so I made this phone use local send to the Mac Mini, and it did it. I'm like, so it's how does it affect? I was thinking of how many uses could it be for that big screen. Not to mention I'm old and can't see, so that big screen would be easier. Let's mess with Al. Dude, you would think by now you knew I did a Wednesday morning live show. No, he's not Tom's age. I think Bird's only 60, 61. He's not. He's not ancient like Tom and Todd.
Bam.
Howard Stern needs to be canceled. I just don't. I never have
Mm,
cared for him. Is it because I'm a Southerner? I've never cared for Howard Stern. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of talk radio anyway.
I never cared for Howard Stern either. Just not my cup of tea, but
But
I
it's
found some of the things he did back in the day funny, but me.
uh, the older I get, the more the cruise stuff doesn't seem as funny anymore. I don't know. Am I becoming that get off my lawn guy, leave me alone guy? I guess I
Oh,
am.
I hope so. I want to be that guy. I can't wait. I want to sit on my front porch with my cane and whack people in the shins when they walk by. Get out of my yard.
I guess I'm rapidly becoming that because it's the death. Yeah, maybe next year, Larry. uh,
Our age just
it's
isn't what it was. And
not as if I did it, it would be thrifting. So I haven't watched the series. I need to watch some of it. Katie and Vicky went from the East Coast to the West Coast, renting a truck and a trailer. I would that would interest me to see how much I could thrift. But I'm more
yeah,
interested. I want to be in a position where I get rid of a lot more of the stuff that I in the next year, so that the 127 is a place I can because I really enjoy the Ohio and the because you find different items. I mean, they're not completely different. A lot of the same stuff that every yard sell, but there's a different variety up there than what we normally see down here.
And I remember
I just
8, 9 years ago when you used to road trip all over. I was like, man, I am too old to do that crap, man.
yeah, I'm that age you are now, and I agree with you. I am too old to do that, but it would interest me to do that kind of stuff. Plus to do different thrifting in different areas. Like I've always heard about Pennsylvania has some of the better auctions that you can, and the Northeast has much better auction. I'd much rather pull the truck and trailer out there and go on an auction circuit, or you know what I mean, than
that'd be cool. Yeah. Spent a couple days in Columbus thrifting because there's so many thrift stores there. So that's a wonderful time. We've done it.
I. Yes, Mark. The IRS does not know I exist.
Do not stay at the Super 8 in Columbus. Just a
No.
warning.
Super.
It's
My
a
base
warning.
hotel is above. Not to mention to do that kind of stuff now, man. Hotels are much more expensive. Fuel is in the same range, or not an issue, but man, the cost of hotels is really.
Peddling profits, I wish that were true. That where I'm at in Ohio is the great place for thrifting and auctions. But some of the local auctions can be good, but the thrifting isn't that great. Not here, but Columbus would be great.
Mark, I do not because once you submit so many zeros in the row, Alabama goes Uncle because the platforms all submit for me in this state.
I have to still submit 0 monthly. So
Yeah, North Carolina and Alabama both did that. They both like, okay, you've had 6 zeros in a row. You know, we're going to assume there's no more. Yeah, Columbus does have man.
it's huge for thrifting there. Ohio Thrift is a great store. I love the Ohio Thrifts.
I want to go through there just to mess with all the Wick stuff in Dayton. Damn it.
I haven't thrifted much in Dayton. I've gone, I'm sure, to Goodwill there, but that's about it. We were doing all right the
Uh,
last time we went through Dayton.
so estate sale are not set up to take I don't ever try for estate sales or anything like
Oh, I
that. They're not.
do every time, every company.
I do not.
All of our regular estate sales around here will take your tax ID number and tax free for resell.
They
Yeah.
might. Never tried it.
Yeah, I haven't worried with this. I just track the cost and move on.
Well, that's 8-point-something% in Texas.
Well, if I'm in the county here, it's 5.5.
It's 6.75
In the city,
in my
in the
county.
city, it's 9 something.
Pennsylvania, I think, is 7. All of Pennsylvania. 6.75 in this county.
Man, it's only been an hour. It feels like it's been like 4 hours this morning. And it's probably because I'm tired.
I'm too boring. Sorry.
Well, you can shut it
All right,
down
let's
early if you need to.
Okay, so everybody, is Todd really too boring? Should we vote? No, Al, it's not Wednesday.
Just the daily grind around here.
We have a community yard sale. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want anybody to come here this weekend, and there is so many sales.
Yeah, but
So
that should be good for you because
weekend.
how many people are going to be going to the 127 and you've got that community? I would think
it's packed usually though, even because the 127 is on the other side of Ohio, so a lot of people don't even know it exists.
So we were recording the podcast.
This sale's been going on for 50 years or more.
So y'all have to watch the PPP. We were recording the podcast yesterday, and John was referring to a medical procedure he has to be done, but he wouldn't say colonoscopy. I'm like, you're going to get there. They're gonna break this out and start roto-rooting. Yeah, me and Josh couldn't quit making jokes.
That's a funny one.
Eric, shut up. Nobody listens to you anyway. You live in Maryland, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
Kevin said he hasn't.
Yeah, he wants to get together with you, Todd, and start and grind some axes. That's kind of nice. Sounds like a good get together.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Good old fashioned axe grinding.
I mean, that's pretty cool. It's got
Yeah.
Did you say a good old fashioned ass grinding? That doesn't sound.
I said
fun
axe, but I mean wherever your mind goes to, I guess whatever.
I was trying to free it up. I sprayed in the WD-40 in here and turned it, and I spewed WD-40 everywhere.
See, that's the difference. So Peddling Profits is in Ohio. They've got y'all have yard sales that start on Thursday. We don't have Thursday yard sales.
There's a yard sale I looked at this morning. It starts today, and it's only one day. Well, who does a Wednesday yard sale? That's crazy.
I mean, down here there are a few on Friday, mostly Saturday.
And that's weird for us because some do start Thursday, but Friday and Saturday. Friday's your better day usually.
Hey, look who showed up in the chat. You getting ready, John?
And it's rare to have a Sunday yard sale here, but I see Sunday yard sales in a lot of other places.
We're grinding away over here.
No, we don't have hardly anything. No estate sales, no anything on Sundays.
Yeah,
no,
there's
Alabama.
A few, but I've seen other areas that Sunday seems to be the day. So, yeah, I can't imagine running a Thursday yard sale. Jeez,
man, sneak up to Columbus on a Wednesday night, yard sale with y'all on Thursday, and that's what Corey and Teresa they do a lot of. They only do sales on Thursday. That's so crazy that none of the South has Thursday yard sales. You Yankees are just weird.
Well, it's not all of the Yankees. We don't have that many Thursday yard sales here. There are a few that happen on time to time.
So is that a Midwestern thing then? Because they're in South Dakota.
In the Midwest, so
Columbus is like
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just all
in Columbus, Columbus is like where the Midwest kind of starts, going that way. Everything that way of Columbus.
I mean, it's supposed to be where I'm at, but I don't consider myself Midwestern because I'm from Pennsylvania originally, and it's right next to right here, So
yeah, so that's what it is with Alabama. Alabama is because it's starting for church. There's no hardly anything. I mean, there's maybe an estate sale or two that'll run to Sunday, but I don't even look for them.
There's a lot of towns that require permits to have yard sales. Ours is, I don't believe one of them. If they are, then I've skirted the law a few times. But
That's crazy. That's kind of anti-American not to allow you to do a yard sale without a permit.
well, I think they're trying to cut down on those perpetual yard sales.
No, it's
People
a
leave that
money
shit out.
grab. That's just
Well, that too, sure.
local government being assholes.
I am a Yankee. Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, you live like if you live within an hour of New York, you're a Yankee. So there you go.
New York State or New York City?
New York State.
Oh yeah,
Anything New York.
I'm about 45 minutes from the New York state line, probably. Maybe a little bit.
I
more.
know. I've driven that. I know.
Yeah, pretty close. I might as well be a New Yorker. I could have been a New Yorker if my mom and dad had stayed together. My dad was from New York. Ripley, New York. Nobody knows where that's at.
Yeah,
Nobody knows, believe it or not.
Yeah, I got to get into these. So that's everybody wants to do these long yard sales, but I'm telling you, there's a secret if you could get to an area that does Thursday yard sales. Because the Friday ones here are good because you don't have the same competition. I bet Thursdays are even better because even the people that work 4-day weeks have to work Thursdays. I bet if you get out on a Thursday morning,
I had almost everybody who came to my yard sale on Friday was because we had a yard sale this past weekend. Older people. The older people know because they get out early and often on Fridays
because they're not working. They don't. Yeah. They're not.
So Saturday we had some younger people, but mostly Friday was almost all older people. There's a few, but no kids. It was wonderful.
Good morning, Daryl.
We sold nothing for more than $1 at my yard sale, except some baseball cards that this one guy asked if I had baseball cards, and I said, "You bet I do." And I gave him a whole bunch of cards for $1 or for $100. But other than that, we had nothing more than $1, and we sold a crap ton of stuff. We made $420 altogether. Saturday was all 50 cents each. You guys would love my yard sales.
You said something earlier, and when we were talking about right before I hit the go live button, that now on that pallet of stuff that you finally broke even, folks.
Finally broke
even. Yeah. That's another thing that I don't think most people. Sometimes breaking even is a win. Yeah. So many people, they watch these videos and they're watching, thousands of people. They're going to yard sales and they'll go to 100 yard sales and show you the one where they found their best item, and so many people are foolish enough to believe every yard sale is supposed to be just like that. That you go to every yard sale and there are crazy finds. Sometimes,
what I should have done is a series of videos opening that pallet so that you guys could see how bad buying an Amazon mystery pallet can be. It's a stupid investment.
Because sometimes you miss items. Sometimes it doesn't work. There's sometimes you just need to break even. I part out a lot of things to get a little profit, when I've made a mistake to try to recover and learn, and I won't make the same mistake again, but it happens. And so many people get so focused on, and then sometimes losing is okay. Cause I have electronics for the most part. I try not to sell, for parts of repair unless it's really, really good money. And so be done with it. So many people that VCR, that combo machine was worth $100. I just lost $100. No, you lost the $5 you got into it. Throw it out and be done with it.
Yep. That's how I felt about it. We sold a lot of, not just that pallet stuff, we sold a lot of plush, all the hats that I haven't been able to sell them. I sold a ton of those, but they were all $1 or less. Just to move, get it gone.
If you clear your mind, your ass will follow. Imagine that. That's an old clear your mind and your ass will follow.
For us, it was a matter of making some space in the house and getting rid of stuff that wasn't moving. And so a quarter for a nice plush, and they were all nice, clean plush. I wouldn't buy it if they weren't.
Hey, Josh, good morning. I told everybody to make sure they signed up and did a minimum of a couple thousand listens a day just to give it a test. Trying to
I was
eliminate
told.
some of my minimum 5,000 a day if you're going to run that program. I'm trying to help eliminate my competition.
Dang.
If you could do 5,000 in one day, that's a lot of photographs. That's a lot of photographs. That's
Yeah,
10,000 at least.
Well, for
through
postcards,
the
that's
phone,
just sprint back.
man, through the phone, I felt like I was twisting Kent's arm. These printers he's got, they were older printers. I'm like, dude, if it makes you feel better, I'll go to the building and I'll throw a couple of printers away at the same time you do.
Yeah.
The hell with these things. Sometimes it's big, bulky, broken. Man, I asked Kent what you got. Some of them he's like, oh, I got it for free. I'm like, if you don't throw that damn thing away. But he's wasting time testing it. You know, that's the problem most people don't get is if once something doesn't work, how much is your time worth that you're sticking into these products before you finally make the decision to kick them out of your life? You know,
Come on.
well, maybe damn it, Steve, you're banned.
It's spam phone calls. I get them all day.
Spam.
I don't because I have it set. If you're not in my phone book, it doesn't ring.
Yeah, I have a problem doing that. It's one of my faults. I have to see it all.
See,
Fear of missing
Corey,
out.
That's outstanding. I would tell you, that's how. This area does not have flea markets, man. You guys are lucky. If I live where you do, Leroy, man, I would go to flea markets every freaking day.
You should
because I have to listen. I have to listen to Jennifer going to flea markets every day.
You should have seen the faces of the people when I told them everything was $1 or less. What? Because a lot of the yard sales around here, they think they're going to get rich off their yard sale or some shit. And
what did Josh do?
Not here, man. Cheap. The people up to the local thrift store were telling people to come down to my yard sale because it was so cheap.
I know, Al, if you weren't busy calling me and you were listening to it, you would know we said this already. You were too busy talking to my voicemail instead of listening.
We have a flea market or two, but they're not.
Other people besides me today.
Yeah, Josh. Thrift Books is in the chat. I gave them the warning, Josh. You know, Josh made a short. I think last night I was still up when he put it up. Just you try list easier, use it responsibly. Don't get yourself in trouble because eBay goes, oh my God, you have 300 listings and you just listed 7,000. It's the same thing with what happened to Primo. Even though their account was 3 or 4 years old, you're running along here and you've got a $10,000 transaction. You warning lights start. Somebody calls the CEO. That crazy dude in Vermont is at it again. Should we restrict him? Restricting. I can see all the lights going off.
I like that Lost in Space robot. Warning. Warning, Will Robinson.
But it's absolutely amazing the power of this program, and the one thing that anytime you've got to treat it as a new tool. Anytime you've got a new tool, you've got to work things into your process. You've got to understand the most efficient way to use it, the most cost-effective, efficient, and then long-term, how are you going to use it so that you get the benefit? Because if you don't plan it in, but I just paid Josh for 1,000 listens. Well, I used 30 this month. Is that an efficient use? Okay, so maybe those 30 listens are better than anything you could have done, and to you, that's worth it. But for most people, they want to get closer to that number. And so, how are you going? The next question is, man, month one was great. Month 2, you struggled a little bit. Are you replacing inventory enough to get through month 3? Or do you have enough shipping supplies? Are you gotta allow your business to change, because if you list more, most times you're going to sell more. And so, you would not believe Josh has had people tell them that we don't want to use your program because we don't want to ship that much. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? I thought that was the name of the game.
I'm going to be giving it
if
a
I
try
only want to
today or
work 4
tomorrow.
hours
So.
a day and 3 hours and 50 minutes are packing,
Yeah. So Corey, man, that's 100% correct. You could do bigger batches, but folks, I've been running 20 to 50, just because, just to break up the monotony, to do something. You know, if I screw something up, I don't have 100 or 200. A lot of time, the more time invested, it's, for me, it's been easier to do 25 to 50 in batches. Hey, Josh, did you see I've put up over 100 in the last 24 hours? Let's go. Let's go. No, it's important, Corey, to really understand what your routine is and what's an efficient way to you. Because, okay, so here's the one thing: if I'm doing like records or books or something, Photo Room only does 50 batch items at a time. So if I have 2 pictures for each listing, or like a DVD, it's a front to back. 25 is the perfect number, because that's how many Photo Room I do, and that's how many I can throw in there, and that's how many. It's a nice batch to process, and then get to the next one. No, you're 100% right, Josh. Most people who are running this as a business, having to ship more, give me that problem. I'll figure that part out. I'll make that part even more efficient. It'll be outstanding.
I wish I had more to ship. Yesterday I shipped 1. It's been a slow week. But I'm not utilizing List Easier, so maybe that's why.
You're a failure.
Well, I haven't tried it yet. I just found out I could get in today.
Everybody say goodbye to Steve. He's a failure.
I think that makes me angry or something.
It's just I needed to entertain myself for the humor's sake. It's so, in case y'all missed it earlier on, even though the main page still says they're working on the HTML, it still says closed beta, but it's open for everyone. So if you would like to try List Easier, head on over. Make it not like the person earlier, listeasier.com. If you go to easylister.com, we can't help you, and you're going down a rabbit hole from hell. There you go. It's List Easier. This portion of the program has been sponsored by Josh Galt. There you go.
Well, how do I get a hat?
You need a theme song, Josh. List Easier. It's the best thing.
I'm the hat guy here.
Fried gravy. Oh no.
I've already listed 10 more a day, Josh. My goal is 50. So my goal is 50 a day. So I've already listed 10 so far this morning.
Yeah, make an AI theme song to it, man.
So, Ping, you need business policies, yes, because it needs to be able to know what your shipping is. And so it'll do calculated shipping. You can have a business policy that is calculated shipping, and then put your weights and dimensions in the program, and it'll do for you.
I am the hat guy, Kent. I think,
We need a better cap, too.
Speaking of being the hat guy, Kent, where were you Sunday, Kent? I didn't see you on my show.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, okay, so y'all know I have a large head. I have a size 8.
No obligations.
Big cranium. So this one is the large, extra large. Hey, I'm gonna sell the other one on eBay.
I might have to buy it.
I have the small, medium one here. Hey, Josh, can I sell this on eBay?
What's the label sticker say?
Josh, you're gonna be offended if I sell this on eBay. It just says small, medium, fits your life. It doesn't really say.
Fits your life.
Thank you, Kent.
Hey, I'll use List Easier to make List Easier's hat. How about that?
I bet you were at church all day, Kent.
Be great to get some vintage caps with great labels to put that logo on.
That would be cool. I might know a guy.
Steve, you
Yeah,
know
it's just
everybody.
No, I don't know anybody, to be honest.
Well, you know everybody that's unimportant.
Unimportant.
that is
Very unimportant. People that nobody else care about or know.
Josh. That is a giveaway. It's a giveaway on eBay auction style. The person with the biggest pockets. There you go.
They win.
Josh said sell it.
How did you get two, by the way? Because you're special.
Because I'm awesome. Because I'm awesome.
Okay.
You must have got mine. No way, it's a small medium. It never fit me. I'd need a large, extra large.
Yeah, that's what this one is. Large, extra large. Joshua was gracious enough. He sent one of each.
You gotta wear that at the next Nashville or meetup or whatever.
Oh yeah, it sits right here. It's just, man. So this is a bald man problem. There's 99 people here. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of you.
Is hats a category?
Allowing us to entertain ourselves and you watch us. So when you're bald, and anybody in the chat who's bald can chime in. Hats make you hotter. When I used to have hair, wore hats all the time. It was awesome. But now that there's no hair and all the heat is going through this big cranium dome, it truly makes you. I've consulted with the other bald man I know. Harlan says the same thing. A hat will just, but he is more stubborn than I am. He leaves his own. I don't.
I got to wear a hat outside, or the sun will cancer me up quicker.
So I've got one of those floppy Adidas Climacool hats, and it does okay because as it gets wet, it does keep it a little cool. But man, I'm telling you, wearing a hat as a bald man, it's a bald man problem. Makes you extremely hot. All right, am I the only bald person out of 99? There's nobody else in the chat's going to say, Beard, I'm bald. I'm bald too, Beard, and you're right.
I'm pretty bald. At least this hand soaks up your sweat as you're working. The old bucket hat.
Yeah, I've got one of those, but it's the Adidas kind that I try to. It stays in the van. I try to wear it.
Oh.
Hey, Harlan, have you turned the sign on yet? For those of you in the know and watch us on Friday nights, Harlan is in possession of the neon sign. So I'm assuming he hasn't turned. If he had turned it on, even though it's 8 miles away from here, I could have probably seen it like the sun.
So on the list easier, when let's say I want to sell hats, and that comes up in the category pull down, that is a category that it will do then. Correct?
Yes, it will do hats. Yes.
If it's in that pull down, then it's
if it's in the pull down. So some of the big categories are not there, like sports car. eBay Motors might not ever be there.
I'm hoping for sports cards someday.
eBay Motors is the absolute hardest to deal with because what's different about eBay Motors than any other of the categories? That compatibility chart. Does it fit my car? You would not believe the difficulty it is to deal with every single category, having to have the car compatible, model compatibilities and that kind of stuff. You plugged it in the truck. Hey, if she thought that you were proposing over a filing cabinet, just showing her the sign, did that count as a proposal? Marcia, did you say yes? When he flipped that light on, Marcia, did you scream yes? And look for a ring. So Harlan will be. They're leaving for Vegas this weekend. So if you're at eBay Open, Look for the happy couple. They'll be out there somewhere. They'll be out there for like 8 days. They'll be rafting. They'll be. I think if Marcia doesn't come back, if Marcia doesn't go visit Elvis in one of his nice little buildings there with a steeple on it, Harlan might get thrown off the Hoover Dam.
Background music will be Silicone Shadows at their wedding.
Yeah, I think Dave will let you use that, Harlan, in your wedding. Silicone Shadows. You can play that as the instead of "Here Comes the Bride," you can just play Silicone Shadows.
Here comes the
That's
Silicone
absolutely amazing.
Shadows.
So most people are reporting better than average sales right now. So, I would challenge you to do like me. I'm doing my best. If things are selling, I'm trying to list everything I've got. Harlan. I'm telling you right now, we could drive over to Arkansas Sunday and see if he'd marry y'all. Elvis could marry y'all Sunday afternoon. It would be awesome.
For a fee.
But I don't know though. His VIP tables in and his concert are like $2,000. I don't know what he charges though.
$70% increase.
Elvis is Pastor Elvis is having a concert in Alabama in October. He sold out all the VIP tables, 2,000 each. VIP tickets were $250 each, and then general admission was $65. That thing is sold out. Sold out. Yeah, John's having amazing results right now. Mine are not quite that amazing, but they're on their way to amazing. If people wouldn't buy and then 3 minutes later go, "Oh, I don't want it anymore." You wanted it so much that you paid for it to only go, "I don't want it anymore." I should have wrote his name down so we could shame him today. But I just blocked him instead. That's one thing. Hey John, tell eBay that they want us to do these feedback where after the buyer pays, we leave automatic feedback, and I think that's great. But whenever they cancel on us, the feedback should go away. Whenever they submit a request for a cancel and I honor it, the positive feedback which I have left them, they should not be rewarded for it. It should be taken down.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
Because now that guy who has 2 feedback, one of them is from me, he has 2 feedback and he has bought one item and canceled on another one in 3 minutes. He should not be rewarded positive feedback.
Or maybe the automatic feedback should be left when
within
shipping is done or something. Once they get it. So, no, I don't believe in holding feedback hostage, but I do
I don't either.
That they actually has to be a transaction.
I don't either, and I think the I think the buyer's sole responsibility is to pay. I agree with that 100%. Yep. My position with that has not changed. My position is now that the buyer has requested a cancel and I have honored it, they have failed their part of the transaction. The positive feedback needs to go away.
Well, maybe eBay should give us some more different options. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I haven't looked at that in a long time. Leave feedback once the transaction's complete. Leave feedback once it's shipped. Leave feedback once they receive it. Something like that. I don't even know.
Heck, I don't know where the automatic feedback
once feedback is left, but I don't even know how to get to it anymore because I set it up years ago and I don't care. I don't need to mess with it.
I haven't. There it is. It's right down there by. If you go to the managed feedback, it's down there. Automatic feedback. Leave. See, that's they haven't changed any of it, Steve. You got 2 choices: after the buyer is paid, or after the buyer has paid for the item and left me. I consider that holding feedback for hostage. I don't care if that. Yeah. Hey John. So after all that, tell them we just need a third option after after the seller has shipped.
Yeah, I think that's or once it's delivered or something like that.
Leave after once I've shipped it, the transaction is gone. It's not canceled. So after the buyer ships. Hey, thank you for so much for that. We appreciate that, John. Make a video about it, interviewing the eBay person, so you can put it on your channel and get some views.
And make sure it's actually public, so that they have to answer the question in public. Yes.
But
hold their feet to the
so
fire.
I was looking around. I was helping. A friend wanted me to help them with some new account information. It's amazing how hard it was because I haven't set up an account, and I opened my account in 2000. To eBay does not make it where you would naturally look for things. It's kind of weird. All right, Harlan said if all 96 of y'all smash the like button, he'll pop the question this afternoon. Thanks, Harlan.
Huh.
That's the support. That's the support this show needs. So Marcia, get you a bunch of burner account names and like this thing up.
There's 96 people who are desperate enough to watch us in the morning. That's crazy.
We hit 100 now. It fell back. They were like, "Oops!" I hit this by accident.
Stumbled on the wrong show.
These people are awful.
We aren't good.
And so it really, I think we should all take some kind of refresher course if you to figure out how to do some of these things, because it really you should be able to know how to weave your way around eBay. It should be a little more. It's not as the problem I have with it is because I'm always looking at the seller hub, and until you get a store, you don't have the seller hub, so you're going down that old menu.
The only way to get. Okay, this time.
I've been nice to you all day, Chastity. I haven't talked to either one of your other personalities today.
Uh-oh.
I didn't say I was going to. I just said I haven't. But it's not as intuitive as you would think. And it's trying to explain to someone when you're looking back at they're looking at different screens than you are, and you have to tell them, hey, hit selling so it opens your seller hub, so then you can follow along with me. And every time they go away from that, the seller hub doesn't open unless they go back into selling. It's just crazy.
So when I'm trying to teach somebody how to sell on eBay, I have another account that isn't a store account and not paid anything. So I go through that because it's so much easier to teach somebody when they're first starting if you know what you're looking at, And it's so different. New stores without eBay accounts without stores are a whole different. It's a different platform.
Correct. It's a different animal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But but they why is everything not the same? That seems to be eBay's problem is instead of integrating everything into one, they go, well, this one's good enough. Let's just keep using both. I'm like, why? You would think, is it counterintuitive for me to think that if you made it easier for the seller, you would encourage them to list and continue on your platform and do things on your platform to encourage more listings to go up? Because eBay, you make money having more sellers, list more items, sell more, and then attracting more buyers. So if you would at least pay attention to the seller a little bit, make that, we're not asking too much. Designer Muppet String.
It's an interesting name, to say the least.
Yeah, no problem, dude. So we're selfish. I enjoy hanging out with Steve. It's been a long time. Todd just comes along for the ride. He was banished.
We don't like Todd. He's just here.
We told him that he is so ugly that if he would just put his hand up there, he can come on. So that's what happened. And he decided it was a thing now. But I don't understand You don't make all the systems one. All sellers should have the same things. The seller hub, it makes it a lot easier, but you shouldn't have to pay for easier whenever the platform is they want to encourage you to do the right thing. You want, how about this, eBay? You give everybody the seller hub and you make everything the same, and then we teach people about shipping and the other things that they really need to know so that they represent the platform like they should. A 10-minute video, I'll make it for you about not. I'll go back to the Dollar Tree. I'll get some cereal, some paint cans again, and we'll make. I'll show them not to use cereal boxes, and I'll stop at the local ABC store and get some beer boxes, so they can't use those.
I was watching, or I was reading a comment. Go ahead.
That's a perfect. The bigger sellers, and that's why List Easier is so important. This levels some of the competition. It brings up it levels that playing field for a lot of people. That now I don't need that conveyor belt, ridiculous system of listing that'll list thousands of items at a time or whatever. I can be much more efficient and get much more stuff up with a program like List Easier. So, all right. So, what did you have to say? You forgot, didn't you?
Yep.
Damn it.
I have the attention. I forgot what I was going to say there too. Goldfish. There was goldfish in there somewhere. That's what I was going to say.
Hey, Marcia, is that Harlan's nickname, Seller Hub?
Ooh.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Is that, since you don't want to say like, oh, this is my boyfriend Harlan. How about this is my Seller Hub, and then there you go.
I'm gonna go look on my other eBay and see what the Seller Hub looks like over there. Oh, I got to do that on Firefox. I'm signed in on Firefox.
Is it kind of like an anchor, baby?
Yeah, nothing like that. It is now. Harlan's going to text me. Damn it, man! I don't want to be called Seller Hub.
Get a T-shirt that says "I'm with Seller Hub."
Yeah, somebody make Marcia a T-shirt. Man, that hat's hot. So I don't know. All right, y'all vote. Give it away or throw it on eBay and let y'all buy it.
I'll make people buy the damn thing.
Maybe the drunk show Friday night will decide.
Seller Hub is there for my non-store eBay account.
Marcia said it didn't show up until after she sold her first item, though. And the only way to get to it is if you click on selling until then, I think.
Your biggest difference, your biggest difference is how you list things. So when you create listings and stuff, go try to do that. Create a listing. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yes, I'm trying out a new experiment. Switching some things from Amazon to eBay, stuff that's been on Amazon for a long time. I was like, you know what? Let me try the AI lister on eBay and see how that works. I'm having some success with items. I'm like, the CDs are selling real well. Let's take the rest of the CDs down and see what happens. So that's my project for probably tonight. I'll be working on listing CDs. And these Mad magazines, I decided not to put them on Whatnot. I decided, we're going to try List Easier to see what happens with the Mad magazines.
I don't even know how to use this stupid thing over here.
So if you set up a new, Corey says, if you set up a new account, log in and then Google eBay Seller Hub and you can turn it on. Took him a week to figure it out. That's what I did,
but I just copied and pasted the link from my regular eBay store and I got the Seller Hub. But so if you just had to turn it on.
So Corey and Corey, I'm not gonna say Chris contributes because Chris, the whole time Chris was on it yesterday, he was just playing with his phone when I saw him. But Leroy was there. They do a show on Tuesday afternoon, reseller therapy. So check those guys out. It's just a live hangout of them working. It's amazing the conversation, and that's what I like about the PPP podcast is it's just a conversation with resellers, and it's a Brad was there too. It's just a combination of people talking and working, and ask questions. And a couple weeks ago, Corey was showing something with an AI agent. So he had the AI agent. He had to go in and make a generic message to send out to all of his previous customers, saying, "Hey, thank you so much," and inviting them back. Did you give him a coupon, Corey? And he got quite a bit of response from that, and got some sales out of that. There's a lot of things, when people talk about AI, they are fearful of AI, but then you don't think outside the box and go, you mean I can use AI to send a coupon to all my previous customers and have it set up to where it does it once a month? I never have to touch it again. Things like that where it can boost your business. Once you set it up, you just forget it and let it go.
How much is setting up an AI agent? Isn't that like, or having an AI agent? Isn't that like
Oh, so he
$300
didn't even throw a coupon. So, hey Corey, this time around, throw a coupon in it. I bet you would. So he just told them that they list dozens of items daily and come check it out. That's absolutely amazing.
I would like to automate certain things on my eBay, and right now that's the best way to do it is if you had an agent. But I don't know how any of that works. So, and it's expensive, isn't it? Right now,
$20. It's $20 a month.
Oh, you can do an agent with $20 a month. Okay.
Yeah, you get 40 inquiries, I think, 20 or 40 something. 40.
That's right. There's certain things I want to do with my eBay account because I think it'll make it. But my wife showed me how to find things that listed by age, how old they are. I have things that are like 5 years old on there that are just stagnant. So I need to start working.
Where's Marsha? You realize if Marsha wasn't around, you'd probably live in a van you live in the Volkswagen down by the river.
I know exactly what would be. I'd be in my mom's basement still, like Lag. And I'd be on here harassing people just like Lag. Josh, no, because for some reason I couldn't get into List Easier on my account, and I had to wait for the public version of it. So today I just was able to get in. So I'm getting ready to do some, maybe today or tomorrow. I'll do my 10 free and see how that goes.
So we just announced, Josh. We'll announce it again. List Easier is open for everyone now. You did not have to be privileged like me to get access to it.
I couldn't even get
and wear a hat, and you don't have to wear a hat around. Josh contractually obligated me to wear the hat for like 3 hours a day. And
I know it's nice, Lag. I used to be you.
So check out List Easier. Use the 10 free listing. See if it's something you're interested in. You'll be amazed with the quality of the listing. Compare. That's one thing. That's one thing you could do is you won't get a strike. Take an existing listing and use one of your free ones to let it build one in a one batch. And see the difference in how it makes a listing versus how you make a listing. You'll be shocked at the professional, the keyword, everything. You'll be absolutely amazed. And then, of course, delete one of them because you don't want to get a duplicate listing. But just for comparison's sake, for a few minutes, because the titles won't match up because it'll be way optimized, and your title is going to be something somebody else wrote for you that you got off Sell Somewhere. So you'll be amazed at the difference.
Never going back.
Yeah. Didn't somebody sing a song about that? Never ever.
I don't know, but
I don't know. Some skinny chick. I don't know what her name is.
I have no idea what you're referring to. So
wasn't that Taylor Swift? Am I wrong?
Could be. Yeah. Is that 10? Is that 10 altogether? Or is that 10 a month free?
I think it's one time.
I think it's one time, but they were talking about changing that. I don't know if they've made that decision or not. So what I'm saying is, list easier is the Taylor Swift to eBay. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You're never ever going back. Never ever.
I didn't say I was going to only use the 10 free listings. I was helping baseball get an answer to his question, Kent.
We think there's eventually going to be a 500 tier or a little low, but man, to rewrite code and rewrite stack to do these kind of things, they've got more important fish to fry, like categories right now.
Yeah, that is a drawback.
So Josh,
some people don't want to spend $70, you know. Not that
is a document camera worth it, Josh? And that's a serious question. Is it worth getting the document camera? I understand. I figured out the document camera. By the way, it's a little more expensive, but I think I got a better option.
I'm just going to use my iPhone for now.
It would be if I might have to pay Corey to use his little machine to build me a stand to hold my new camera, but I need somebody who knows, or maybe Pat D's. He can build something in 3D. At least 10 times faster. No shit.
Wait a second. I got a 3D printer. What do you need?
So here's my idea. The S22
really nice 3D. Same one Pat got.
So this is an S21 Ultra. It doesn't come with the pen, but the S22 does. And the nice thing about the pen is the pen on the 22, the 23, and the 24 are all Bluetooth. They trigger the camera. And so you could mount your phone flat like a document camera, and then use the pen in your hand instead of having to deal with a keyboard, and put lighting around and set it up. And all you do is move it under there and click the pen in your hand, and then when you get done, do photo room and send them straight to your computer, or just send them straight to your computer off local send, because it'll send. I've used local send to send like 200 pictures. It'll do it. So you would have the quality of that S22 Ultra. That camera is really good compared to these document cameras. You'd have the flexibility of just a pen, bam, 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 bam. It communicates just as easy with your computer. Ping just on. You need a 16 megapixel document camera on. You can get them on eBay or Amazon.
John, that is not true.
So the document camera looks like a little L that holds above it. So you would just need to make a little L. So Corey said he's $65 in sales from Easy Lister in day one.
There's probably something already around for that. Let me look.
I listed. So here's the new update. 44 or 45 CDs listed. 32 are gone now. I sold that many of those CDs that fast. No promotions, no sales, no nothing. Just straight organic sales. And the DVDs and Blu-rays that I've stuck in, I've been shipping a minimum of six Blu-rays and DVDs a day, and I've really just barely gotten started.
Cha-ching.
But well, if Super Dave does it, I can't be Canadian like you guys though. I need to get something different. The problem is the cheapest S23 Ultra I can find is like $270, and you can get a document camera for like $70, $80.
Ortho Heel, $18 an hour. Hey, how's my camera looking today? It's not pixelated.
A decooler, okay. So John, most uniforms like that I would think are against the rules on eBay, because can you imagine the liability eBay would have if they allowed you to sell an Amazon vest and then somebody uses that to fake being the delivery person and does harm to another individual? It's the same thing. I guess it's the same thing selling UPS stuff, police stuff. You know, you got too many bad actors. I mean, it's just sad that we have to live that way.
Lag, are you lying? Because I know Robin wouldn't lie to me.
I think you look fine.
It's fine, Todd. I don't know what in the hell you were doing to it the last. Was your camera maybe dirty the last few days? Did you clean the camera off? Right?
I have not changed one thing. It's been the same as it's been for the last 6 years.
Yeah, can't bad people do the bad things, and the problem is eBay is wanting to limit their exposure, and I can't say I blame them. I mean, for what little they benefit from selling an Amazon vest, the limit their insurance company would probably have a stroke because you're just asking for trouble. It's like inviting an evil spirit into your house. Don't do that.
Well, I
Next
got
thing
my
you know,
boxes in that you talked about.
who was that?
Lag was talking about the deal on eBay boxes from good grief.
How did I miss this deal? Lag, tell us of this. James, we have been talking bad about you this morning.
Lag showed a deal on Granger boxes on eBay.
They're at the top of every search I make. Their boxes are very competitive, and they get here so fast. Were yours really fast?
Yeah. Lag just talked about it, what, Monday? And they're already here. They came yesterday.
Yeah, so James, so click on James's name if you're looking to see videos about List Easier in action. James, just ignore yesterday's video when James had a mind meld about his records. Skip that video, but all the rest of them are wonderful. He shows you in depth his thought process and how he's using List Easier to grow his business and how powerful this program is. So just skip yesterday where he had a mind melt. He selected the wrong size record. So and it took it to a 33 like it should have. The program, or you can watch yesterday's video and laugh with James, knowing that the program is working beautiful and he's not. Take your pick. But really, a lot of information on his channel. If you have any questions.
Yeah, I didn't need that many. I just got 25 packs, but it was still a good deal.
So what size did you buy?
I got some 36 by 4 by 4.
Oh, no kidding.
For long crap. And I bought
so what did they end up costing you?
16 12/8. I don't remember. Good God, that's been 2 days ago.
Damn it, man. I know I can use them for come on, Granger. Is it so were they 3644 or 4436?
Oh, they were 6636. They weren't all that cheap. 48.97.
Man, that is cheap. So Todd, I've been looking at boxes, and boxes that length, or I've been looking at like 40 by 5 by 5. They have been $4 to $4.50 a box. I mean, you're gonna pay a little extra shipping golf clubs with those, but man, I've got so many golf clubs over there I want to list. Can't believe that I've actually taken advice from Lag. I feel like I need to go just end the show and go take a shower. I feel so dirty.
So you're definitely gonna want to go and just buy one on Amazon. Your overhead camera mount.
I got 25 16 12/8 for $32.73.
James, damn it. James made a video private. You big chicken.
But 100 of those would last me way longer.
I mean, I've got three.
I don't have the room.
I've got 3 full golf bags full of clubs just laying around here.
I have one big bag full of clubs out in the garage, and they're good clubs. They're old vintage Ping. One of the putters is worth $150, and guess what? Sits in my garage. I need to go out there and they need cleaned up, but just, I don't know why I don't list them.
Other day when I was moving stuff around, I'm like, man, that's a freaking ghost putter. These things should be gone by now. There's trainers over there.
I watched a guy.
So Mark, there's contrary to popular belief, AI doesn't just show up and take the pictures. I was doing other work. I was on the phone with Dave for like 5 hours. We were just hanging out working. I know. I think tonight I'm gonna tell Dave, let's just do a hangout, and so that way I don't have to worry about my Bluetooth dying. Yeah, I've got Nike clubs too. Nike doesn't make clubs anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't make golf clubs anymore.
It's been 4 or 5 years.
I was doing quite a bit of other things too, Mark. Not just. I was actually listing other things on my other eBay store. Taking things apart, putting them in the park channel. Trying to be effective with my time.
I bought a whole box of Bose Wave radios yesterday for parts. I knew they were parts units, but $45, and I got 2 radios, a couple of the auxiliary stands, 1 remote. So that was my parts adventure for yesterday.
By chastity.
But I was able to make 1 Bose radio work, which will sell for about $150. So it was a good investment.
Yeah, Chastity. Enjoy your sales meeting. I know you're looking forward to it. Said no one ever. Vintage is heading out. Is it 10 o'clock yet? Oh, yes, it's 10 o'clock. Everyone.
We're overtime. Let's get out of here. Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are heading out of here. Got work to do. We're old people. I bet all 3 of us have bathrooms to visit. This is terrible.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about that myself.
James, 99 before 9 a.m. Folks, I'm telling you, if you're on the fence, go watch James. Go look at his channel. He shows you this thing. He shows you how effective it is. He's going to do 500 listens today, folks. Freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, use it responsibly. Roll Tide. Oh, that's the intro. How about an outro?
Sweetwater.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.